I'm a stepfather. My stepdaughter might say an evil one. But it's perspective, right? I mean, why does everybody side with Cinderella, the partying, rebellious teen? Or Snow White? What a tramp! My relationship with my stepdaughter was like a fairy tale. And through most of the story, the step-parent is hated, and at the end something terrible happens to them. So, my Cinderella, I learned something tonight. Hand sanitizer. So my Cinderella really didn't want a stepfather. I wouldn't say she would have drowned me, but if she saw me drowning, the first call she made wouldn't be 911. It would have been to her boyfriend to tell him that she was going to be possibly home alone tonight. And if I heard, "Come on, somebody do something," I'd be looking around for the sharks she was cheering on. So, she wanted a Rottweiler. And, you know how it is with teenagers, they say, oh, I'll feed it, I'll take care of it, I'll do all this, But, today, the Rottweiler's the center of her world, and tomorrow, it's 7 little men. So, I didn't want to feed it. I didn't want to pick up after it. Rottweilers are big. And I didn't want it to be part of the fairy tale ending of my stepfatherhood. So, no Rottweiler. But teenagers, they have a lot more free time than you do to plot. And eventually I caved. And I got her chinchilla. Named Fury. So when she was in high school, I told her she couldn't have a cell phone. Oh, and just to be clear, we're talking about my stepdaughter, not Fury. And I know that seems unreasonable, but it was a different time. And I think that's the problem with fairy tales, is that everything's so out of context. I mean, in Hansel and Gretel's time, maybe abandoning your children in the forest was just what you did. So my fairy tale demise came from my wife. She said she couldn't stand to be with me, and she wanted to see other people. She's moody like that. I was the third husband, so I always knew she was a flight risk. But she lulled me into this false sense of security after 22 years. The divorce isn't final. We are social distancing. More of a quarantine, really. I guess technically a restraining order. But, I actually got congratulated on my divorce last week. I really wasn't expecting that from my mother. I mostly get, advice from people like, stay positive. It's like, okay, till death do we part. Honey, thank you for divorcing me and not murdering me. And she could do it too. After all of the carpools and princess-themed birthday parties she organized, she's a really good planner. So I've been working on my divorce bucket list. that list of things that married people lay awake at night thinking about never doing. I'm going to leave the toilet seat up all day long. Say something. Have sex. We used to have a nightstand on each side of the bed. Now that my ex is gone, I really just need a one-night stand. Divorce is hard. I had to go to, I'm going to a couple of support groups. I got a therapist. I'm taking a stand-up comedy class. It's an amicable divorce. I was expecting a bigger reaction from this crowd from that one. Anyway, it's an amicable divorce, but I can see some signs of my bitterness. I changed the parental controls on our Netflix account to PG, and I wrote a couple songs. Do-do-do-do, here comes the summons. What part of hope don't you understand? So maybe a little bitter. I signed up for a dating app, Silver Singles, and it takes a while to learn the code. So if it says NSA, that means like no strings attached. And that means she's looking for something purely physical. And if it says companion, then she's looking for something more long-term. And if she's young and beautiful, she's probably looking for about $500. I tried speed dating, but the thing about speed dating is it all happens so fast. It's name, occupation, hobbies, credit score, criminal record, marital status. And if everything goes well, time, date, location, and did I already say medical records? Anyway, medical records. So one of the tragedies of divorce for me is that, I've got all these love songs I wrote, and I just, there's nowhere to sing them anymore. But since I have a captive audience, saw you standing there by the washing machine. I knew this must be the month when our clothes get clean. Put my flip-flops on so I could mow the lawn. And I could tell it had been a while, because it was just dirt, yeah, dirt. But I mowed those gopher mounds as I sang, I've got stuff to do. So put another load in the Kenmore, baby, and then my chores are through. I'll grab another beer and spend some time with you.